Saturday morning, Universal show, element of surprise. And you know what? I feel good this morning. I'll tell you why I feel good this morning.
Why you feel good?
The last time I had a woman in the studio with me on a Saturday morning.
Jesus.
Must have been about 4 months ago.
Oh.
And I'm talking about of the level that we got this type of woman in the building, you know. Jesus Christ.
What's the smile upon your face?
All I'm going to say is first, Mum, I love you. I don't know
your son have no behaviour.
I've got no behaviour this morning.
I mean, this is my favourite one so far.
Oh my goodness.
Your listeners don't even know who's on.
They don't even know. I don't even want them to know.
Don't tell them then.
No, seriously.
Just play them a tune.
All right. Introduce yourself, please, this morning.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexandra Burke.
Alexandra Burke. Whoa! Alexandra Burke, you know. Oh, wow. You know what? No, such a pleasure to see you this morning.
Oh,
no, it's really a pleasure to see you this morning.
What way you mean that we don't know? So I'm going to leave it right there, babes. I'm trying to be professional on this Saturday morning, babes.
Let me get myself together.
You need to, because boy, what are we? Everything just get so relaxing here. So should we put on the AC?
No,
you don't need it, babes.
No, I don't need it.
You got one piece of leather jacket on you now.
Do you like it? You like
babes, you're going like it's October.
No, but you know what though? The wickedest thing is though, you look a lot better than me this morning.
Thanks,
Watch this.
But just lift up my leg for seeing the shoes. You like the shoes, don't you?
I like the shoes.
Yes.
I do like them. Watch the spikes though.
I know, so don't muck about with me. I'm a renegade.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow, I do like. We need to Instagram them shoes. Is
okay,
that all right?
we'll Instagram them.
We need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexandra.
Yes, darling.
It's been a long time, you know.
I'm telling you.
It's been a long time. I've been waiting for this one.
Really?
Yeah, because I've missed out the whole journey. The whole chapter.
We can reflect on the past.
No, I want to go there first.
Let's go
before we get up to date.
Absolutely.
Because I think the listeners, they deserve it this morning.
I think so.
Yeah, and I don't like reading little captions in the Metro.
I don't like reading captions either.
And fabrication and all that. Do you know what I mean?
You never know what to believe when it's.
I want the realness from your mouth.
Right here from my mouth. What a weird, what an unprofessional something. I'm a mama. Hold on. Mummy, I have to call you back, you know. I'm in the middle of an interview. I'm going to call you back. Yeah, she said sorry. Love you. Bye. 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 Okay.
She just answered the phone to her
because it's my mum.
Okay.
Yes, and I put this on silent. You know, this damn phone. I don't have to work these things. I've got no technology. Something in me. I got nothing.
Take your time. Take your time.
I want you all to hear that answer from my phone because it's my mum, and you must respect your mama.
Big up, mummy, Alexandra.
Big up, mummy. Big up, mummy.
All right.
Yes, mum. Right then. Well, you look like you can't breathe.
I can't.
It's like you don't know where to start, babes.
Just talk. I'm watching.
Just talk. Okay.
I'm listening.
So where should we start then?
Anywhere you want.
Well, from the bottom to the top. So, okay, my manager's gonna walk in a minute and be like, "Can you just get on with it, please? Wait, you watch me. Wait and see. Gary will be here in a flash, or Ian will." Is Ian even listening? Ian's not even listening. You're listening, babes. Yeah, man. He's happy.
Look. Yeah, he's looking. Here you go. Look, there you go. I'm listening.
All right, keep going. Do you know what? I've got to put this out online for people to actually see this interview.
Oh my God.
Have to.
Oh my
babe,
God.
start somewhere. Ask me something.
Do you remember what I asked you? Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, this beginning's taking about 10
In
minutes.
it?
Right, let's go back to the beginning.
Yes.
How did it all start for Alexandra? Let the UK and the world know how it really started.
So I'm going to go before X Factor, if that's the case.
Okay, yeah, go back to before X Factor.
Yeah. How it started for me was from the age of 9, I took singing seriously. My mum is former lead singer of Soul to Soul. Her name is Melissa Bell. My mum's a genius. That woman can sing her socks off. Long story short, she saw that out of the 4 kids that my mum, my brothers and sisters, I'm the one that took singing seriously. So my mum never ever pressured me to do it. She just allowed me to keep singing. She wanted to see if I was that serious. It got to the age of 12. Of course, now at that point I was in year 7. Would my mum let me out with my friends? No. Every weekend she had me singing in bar mitzvahs, parties, weddings, funerals from the age of 12 all the way up until I won the show. So for years, my mum said, you have to give up your social life. You need to work on your art, work on your craft, and work on being an artist if this is what you want. She'd buy me Whitney Houston's albums, Mariah Carey, a little karaoke box, and say, go upstairs, learn every single song, come down and perform it to me in an hour. That is the kind of schedule my mum would put me through. And she would make sure that Friends came second. It was just the way it was for me. And that's why I'm such a goofball now at 26, because she took a little bit of my childhood away so that I could be the best that I could be. She saw that I loved music. So I have to give major respect to my mum for supporting me. And even throughout, you know, the first time I went on X Factor was when I was 16, and I got down to the final 7 just before the live rounds, and I got told I was too young. So, of course, my first reaction to them was, why are you opening up to 16-year-olds then if I'm apparently too young? They never said I couldn't sing. They just said you're too young. So I thought, okay, cool. I'm never going to go back for that show. I'm going to go back to my roots, go back to what I know, which is singing live with bands and work on my art again. So for 3 years, up until I was 19, I carried on singing anywhere I could. Anywhere that would allow me to be in there and sing, I would be singing. And I hated being in the studio because I could never get a live feeling out of it. Next thing you know, my mum drags me down to the auditions at 19 years old after I told her I weren't going to audition again. And the rest from there is my career. Because at 19, I auditioned, didn't think for a second I'd even make it to live rounds. Week 2, I thought I was going to get chucked out anyway, because I thought there were better people in the show than me. It was a great year. It was a tough year. And
who did you have up on that year when you was
for the finals? It was myself, JLS, and Owen.
That's right.
But you know, we had like people like Ruth Lorenzo, who's amazing. She's an amazing singer. You know, that year, full stop, was a fantastic year. I have to say, if you thought you were winning, you got to think again, because you had to keep fighting. And thank God I had my mum tucked away in my little pocket, because she was helping me out every single week. Vocally is what I mean as well. Then I won the show. And I get signed by Psycho. The first album, Overcome, comes out. And that was a huge success, and that was amazing. And then I get moved on to RCA, which is still under the umbrella of Sony. I leave Psycho because Simon then started X Factor in America. Right. So he was never around. And of course, he was someone that I was working with, and I wanted to be with a team that was there constantly. So then I done the second album with RCA. That was a straight pop album, which for what I wanted, it underperformed. There wasn't a lot of money thrown into the album for it to be marketed, and that's just the truth. I'm laying it all out for you now, for everyone that wants to know the truth. This is what it is, babes. You know. I'm there and this morning. So the second album came out, and it underperformed in my eyes. It was top 20, which is great for some people. For me, it wasn't good enough. So I sat down with RCA and wanted to discuss the vision moving forward, and we weren't on the same page. And it was my moment to go, I've got to take my career in my own hands. And the vision that I want, if you can't see it as a label, it's best I leave.
Out of that process, what did you learn then? Because you were saying like now you wanted to take the career into your own hands.
Yeah.
So what did you learn out of that process, coming up through X Factor, getting signed and all that? Did you feel like your like, you know, promotion, the profile, it catapulted too quickly?
No, I don't think it did. I think the platform that I was given is, for me, a once in a lifetime opportunity. Right. That you can't buy that. You know, I walked into labels at 15 and they told me no. Richard Branson wrote me a handwritten letter and said, you need more development. At 15, of course, I'm only 15. I absolutely agreed with him. Yeah. But I've walked into labels, management labels, at the age of 15, 16, 17, and got told I was never good enough. So I have a major respect for shows like X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, whatever, because for people that can't walk into a label, you get shows like this and you get an opportunity to be seen. Whether you win or not, you're seen. And that's what you've got to take with both hands and run with it, and you've got to be wise about it. You know, when I won the show, that wasn't the time to relax, that was the time to work hard. The hard work starts when the show finishes, and when you haven't got a million viewers watching you every single week, you've got to then create your own path. And thank God I've had people with me that have been there from the beginning. Some have, you know, we've separated it in working capacity ways, and then there's people that have jumped on board in the middle of my career and stayed, or we've separated, or there's people that have jumped on just in the past year, and I know that they'll be with me for the next 10 years. So my in-house team has changed. as well as me moving away from labels and stuff like that, because you've just got to find the right team for you, and that takes time as an artist for you to find people that understand your vision.
And also as well, you're changing as a person.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
learning more things.
Exactly. And
Do you
I'm
know what I
growing
mean?
as a woman. I won the show. I auditioned at 19, won it at 20.
Yeah.
I'm turning 27 this year. You know, in 7 years, shit changes. Gets real.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
She didn't say that, by the way.
I didn't say that.
She said doo-doo. She said doo-doo. She said
but
doo-doo.
it changes.
Yeah, it changes.
It changes. And as a woman, as a young woman, as an artist, as someone who, for me, music should always be the talking point first, because music is what I love. Don't label me as an R&B artist or a pop artist, because don't look at me and go, oh, she's black, so she's got to be an R&B artist. No, I don't. I'm Alexandra Burke. That's just who I'm. I'm a girl from North London who supports Man United, by the way. Yeah,
anyway.
just put it out there.
Who's getting on good, you know?
Who do you support? Arsenal?
Well, I'm not really a big football fan,
Oh,
but I've
good
always
then. That's
liked
fine.
Liverpool, though.
What's wrong with you?
What you mean?
Babes, come
What's
on.
right with me? I told you already.
We love it. But it's the truth.
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah.
want to be labelled or classed as anything, as a genre. I like all genres of music, you know?
That's what I was going to say, because you picked up on a good point. Now, there seems to be this stigma that as a black artist, you have to make a certain type of music.
Which is wrong.
Do you know what I mean?
Which is wrong.
So what music suits you the best then to perform? Because then why now the musical change in direction? Why change now?
Because
then?
I'm creatively in control.
Okay.
This is all me. This is me in my own home-built studio, self-funding a project or an independent release, and me bringing the people in that I know that can understand who I am and go, here's my mood boards that I've created and stayed up till 5 a.m. in the morning doing. This is what I want, and this is what I want. This is what I want. Help me create it. Help me execute my plan. It's a very small team that's helped me create this EP. This EP is a true reflection of who I am as a person. Any rumours that have been out there about me, oh, Alexandra Burke's been dropped. No, I wasn't dropped. I walked away from a label twice.
Clear it up.
That's
I love
me.
it.
That's
clear
me.
It up.
That's
Did you hear that, London? Hold on. For people who are just logging on, they're not too sure who I'm talking to.
Okay, great.
Can I just let them know I'm talking to the impeccable Alexandra? No, fellas, man, I lie. Everything is in place now. Back. She's in the building this morning.
Babe, and you know what?
Everything intact.
Everything
yeah,
intact. Love it. Babe, you're too much, you know.
It's not no Photoshop. It's all real.
It's here.
It's real. It's real.
This is what it is. And the EP is that.
Wow.
The EP is real. It's honest. It's sincere. It's me being vulnerable. I've documented everything on camera. There's times where I was crying in the studio because I was afraid to be able to speak out and you know, hear people's opinions about it. And now I'm at a point where I just don't give a shit. Don't care.
Do you feel like the media has always been fair to you? Do you think they've been unfair to you throughout your journey?
The media is the media. People got jobs to do.
Yeah.
When they need headlines to create, they've got to do what they've got to do. They've got jobs to do. They've got that's their thing to do. Yeah. My thing is to not take any notice of it and to just create my music. So I would never sit here and diss the media because they've supported me in many ways. So, but there's times where I've read headlines and I've gone, well, that's not true. A source said this or a source said that. You know, sometimes there's a hole in your team. There's a hole in your friends, in a hole in your family. And sometimes people chat. That is what it is. And I can only just be like, okay, well, it's chip paper tomorrow, so I have to just ignore it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not made of steel and I'm not a superwoman. There are times where I've read stuff and I've gone, why would someone say that? Or why would you put that out there? And at the end of the day, I have to go to myself, you signed up for this, Alex.
Yeah.
That's what you signed up for, girl. You got to take the good with the bad. You got to take the happy times with the sad times. You just got to take it. And if you can't take it, you're not cut out for this industry, because it's what comes with the job. It's what comes with the role.
It comes with it.
And if
it's not all smooth sailing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I'm happy it's not all smooth sailing because I can get to share a story.
Yeah.
Who wants to sit there and have an interview and go, oh, I'm so happy, and got nothing else to say?
It's true.
You want to be able to talk about the bad times with the good times and be able to share your experiences, so hopefully you can touch, move and inspire somebody else to not maybe make the same mistakes you've done, or for them to realise what you've done, so maybe that it can inspire them to be an independent artist and self-fund their project. Or,
so with that
do you know
said in mind,
Like, I just want to inspire others. And
with that in mind, a lot of young people listening to the show this morning, they're like, do you know what? This is the first time I'm hearing her in this light, so expressive. What would you tell them, like, based on your journey,
Yeah.
what is it like? Because everybody's journey is going to be different, obviously.
Absolutely.
But what would you tell them about when you're getting into the music industry as an artist or anything that you're getting into?
Yeah.
What are they going to expect? Because a lot of people do things like, oh, I want to be famous. And
Yeah,
da-da-da-da-da-da. Are sometimes a bit misguided and
Famous
a bit
is the word I hate, by the way. I remember I one time used that and got told, no, you want to be successful.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Right.
If you want to be in this industry, great. I think it's a great industry. I think music, but I would always tell people, you better love what you do. Love, live and eat, breathe your music. If you love it, do it for the love of it. Don't do it because you want to be famous or you want to be in papers. You want to, that's the wrong attitude to have. That's where some people go wrong, in my opinion. For me, do it for the love of what you enjoy doing. I get on stage every single night doing The Bodyguard. I'm not singing my own tunes, but damn, I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing because I'm getting to perform. I'm getting to act. I'm getting to dance. And I'm hopefully getting to make people happy when they watch the show. And that, for me, means more to me than charting. Hence why I've given away this EP for free. Because I'm not at a point in my life where I want things to chart or I want things to... It's irrelevant right now in my life at this moment in time. It's a self-funded project that I just want to be out there for free. I want people to see my growth as a woman, as an artist, as a person. I'm as human as you. People sometimes see celebrities or whatever you want to call us. They see us as different people sometimes when we're not. My blood runs through my veins the same way it does as anyone in this room. So we're all human and we're all the same. I'm no higher than anybody else in this room, etc., etc. So I have to remember that, and I have to keep myself grounded and stay humble because I know where I've come from. I know where I've come from. I'm a girl from North London and my mum still lives in North London.
Go on.
Do you know what I mean? The same house that I grew up in, my mum's still there.
Yeah.
And I don't forget where I've come from because it's so important to me to never forget who you are. So advice to people that want to get into this industry, don't forget who you are. Don't forget your roots. Don't forget who was there when it started, because if things hit the fan, you want those people that were there from the beginning to still be there for you. Like yesterday, I came home yesterday to do a TV show in the morning and it was so nice to even just look at London. I forgot how much I appreciate London. And I don't live in London anymore. I live in Hertfordshire. So I live just on the outskirts. But
Okay.
I forgot how beautiful London was because I'm so far away from home. And then my mum, in my house, first time in 4 years, came and cooked by herself. She said, Dad, you sit down. My auntie, sit down. Everyone sit down. I'm cooking for my daughter.
Oh, wicked.
And you can't forget those little things. Those little things, it's the little things that count, you know.
Yeah.
You have to know where you've come from. I have to stress that to people because you blink and life can go.
Just like that.
I can walk out of here and I could get hit by a bus, God forbid. But that's the reality of life. And you can't think of things that... I don't know how long I'm going to be around for. So whilst I'm here, I would like to touch, move and inspire people to be themselves and to know that any dream is possible. Anything nothing's impossible. Nothing. Anything I want, me get it, you know.
I'm not even
Trust me.
Why you stop talking from? Listen.
Anything I want, I tell you, anything I want, I get it.
No,
And it may take me 10 years.
I feel good this
but
morning.
I'll get it, babe,
I feel
because
good
I
this
believe
morning.
that humans have the power to get what they want. If you can visualize it, why can't it be yours?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, babe. I had to take a year out of music and go life coaching and train as a life coach
Well, this is
for
the thing.
myself, by the way.
This is the thing. You talked about the other pursuit that's in your life as well,
Yeah.
acting.
Yes.
A lot of people might not even know about that.
Yeah, I know.
Now, tell us what you're involved in, because some people might say,
Yeah.
they're talking about performing or acting.
Yeah.
What else are you
Well,
involved
right now, I'm doing The Bodyguard and I'm playing the role that Whitney Houston played in the Bodyguard film, which is Rachel Marin. It's big shoes to fill. It's a massive role. It's an honour and a privilege to be able to play this role. I got given a chance to play this role when it first came out in the West End 2.5 years ago, and I turned it down. I said,
Why? Why did you turn it down?
I didn't have the confidence. Didn't think I was good
Really?
enough. Didn't think I could execute it. I looked at it. I looked at the producers and went, "There's no way you are offering me this first. There's just no way." And they did, and I turned it down. It's not a regret of mine at all because it came back 2.5 years later, and I still turned it down. And my manager looked at me in my house and he said to me, "Do you know what? The role's too big for you. That's why you turned it down." I was going to tell him no, shall I? I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Do you think the role's too big for me?" He said, "Yeah, it's too big for you. That's why you're scared." I said, "Because you just said that to me, I'm taking the role. So let me go in my acting lessons, do 4 hours of acting lessons, and let me go about my business." And it's exactly what I've done.
Wow.
Simply because he told me I couldn't handle it.
How challenging is it compared to the music?
it's a challenge.
Massive.
But I love it as much as I love music.
Right.
And my mum made me give up acting 11 years ago. She told me, Alex, give up acting, give up dance, because you can't be great at all three and execute all three. Stick at one and then move on to the next and then move on to the next. She goes, but if you pick singing, of course, that's what she wanted me to do. If you pick singing, acting and dance will follow. My mum was right.
Wow.
11 years later, acting's come about. And I pray that it continues. It's something that I love dearly as much as music, and I want to take it seriously too.
You know what? I love her vibe this morning, you know. No, seriously. You know, so I just feel blessed.
Oh, bless you, babe.
I feel blessed. I feel blessed. Have you enjoyed yourself this morning?
I have, babe. And it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
It's good to see you. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
You look good.
Thank you, darling.
You know what I mean? Smell good this morning.
Cheers.
You know what I mean? Complexion look good.
Everything.
I'm not chatting you up, you know. I'm not chatting you up. I'm just telling you about yourself.
Oh, thank you. I'm not chatting you up, you know. I'm just telling you about yourself.
I'm not chatting you up. Well, don't do that. I'm just telling you about yourself.
Just so the listeners can understand what's going on. I'm filming this interview right now. I'm going to put it online.
Oh,
so everyone can see what I go on today. Okay? Because this is something special.
This is really special.
This is special because it's real.
Because you're with Special.
Do you know what?
You're with Special.
This is a side to me that people ain't seen before, you know. Let me tell you. Because it's real.
I love it. I love it. So listen, what's the plans for 2015 with music? Because I know you got this EP out.
Yes.
Shaka, how did you even team up with Shaka in the first place?
Oh my God, babe, a huge fan of Shaka.
Seriously, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing right now.
I, of course, discovered him when he done his single with Retro 2, and I was like, who is this man?
Yeah.
And then his Shakapella's online, and I was like, I need to work with this man. So we have a mutual friend, a dear friend of mine, Sanchia. She introduced us, and I was like, dude, we have to work together. He was like, cool, let's get it on. Let's go.
Just like that?
Just like that. He came around to my house, we burned some incense, we drank some Earl Grey tea, and that's how that song came about. Wow. It literally took us couple of hours to create that song. I went away to do a gig that night when we wrote the song together. Went away to do a gig, came back and recorded the song that night, and we stayed up till 5 a.m. recording the song. Mad. Done a gig, literally went, dude, you stay in my house. I'm back in a couple of hours. Done my show, came back, said, cool, ready to perform. Let's go. I'm a workaholic.
Yeah, but you're experiencing your craft now.
You've got to kick me into my bed for me to rest.
You're experiencing your craft.
Yeah,
now.
and this is what, and I get excited because it's so creative for me, and to have his presence in the studio, someone who's so creative and so talented, and he's underrated as well. He should be bigger than what he is.
His time will come. His
time will come because you know what? He puts the work in. That man works endlessly. Sometimes he's come to my house and he's tired because he's been up till 6 a.m. singing with Basement Jacks or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I respect that work ethic. I saw him at the show last
year with Basement Jacks.
I respect his work ethic, man.
Yeah, he's good.
Because he reminds me of me. I'll put the work in. I'll stay up till 8 a.m. and unless someone tells me I need to rest. But that's just who I am, and I love what I do. He loves what he does, and that's why we connect.
Damn.
Yeah.
Manager, big up this morning as well. What's your name again? Sorry.
Emily. She's nice as well, done.
She alright today?
Yeah, yes, baby.
She look like she kicking her eyes still in there.
She'll move her hips right now.
Yeah, you see her moving her hips.
She's just like, oh, take it, baby.
No, look how she showing me her butt. Why are you showing me your butt? I don't want to see it. Behave yourself. She pulled up her coat to show me her bottom, you know. To say about chicken and rice. There's curry goat in it.
Rice and beans, babe. Rice and beans. I think we've got to turn the AC on, you know, because it's getting hot in here, you know.
Listeners, if only you see what she just done.
Oh, my God.
Look on this butt. Full of cocoa.
Bottom.
Look at his bottom.
Emily, I love you.
Listen, we've got to stop. We're getting in trouble. Listen. It's such a pleasure for you coming this morning. Could you introduce your single this morning? It's been
absolutely crazy. Guys, thank you for listening in. I'm Alexandra Burke, and this is Can We Go Down featuring Shaka, available on my new EP to download for free called Renegade. Enjoy.